Hey everybody, Chris here. Dogecoin is setting up for huge gains. We've got big news with Bitcoin and XRP, all of that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. We are now on day 8 of our Dogecoin giveaways. That's right, consecutive days, first 10 days of August, we are giving away Dogecoin in our live streams, not in this video, but in the live streams in the afternoons. That's afternoons Boston time, US East Coast where I am. So check your time and where you are. Make sure that you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. We do have some fun as well. During the live streams, we talk about a lot more going on, but it's do only good every day too. And we do have some fun as well. So join in on the live streams. But for now, for the video, we got a lot of news to cover. So let's get into it. I'll show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. We're over 22 cents. Yes, holding 22 cents, 22.25. Yesterday, during the live stream, we had this big run coming up right there and came up over 22 cents. And that's how Dogecoin goes, penny by penny by penny. That's what we saw in July. Of course, we had the big retrace, and now we're reestablishing here in August, penny by penny. And as Doge was coming up here, 22.2 up to 22.3, we were talking about, like, well, what's the next dip going to be? Because we looked at the next resistance line. It was obviously 23 cents, going back to the retrace, again, penny by penny. But I said, again, not financial advice, but would not be buying Dogecoin at 22.2. I said, most likely, it's going to dip back down to 21.9, right? And what did we have? We had two chances here. We had one there, and then we had one early this morning, overnight, depending on where you are, 21.95 right there on the dip. Again, that's what happens, right? Reaches a new level, trades up, and then it dips back. Now, are we going to have a dip back into the 21s? We may. It may again, but that's how Dogecoin has been trading. It's following this pattern. And right after it hit 21.95, Dogecoin zoomed up to 22.6, almost 22.7 here. And now it's settling down. It's a Friday. So on the live stream this afternoon, we'll have some fun on a Friday as well, but we'll be watching how Dogecoin progresses. What else is going on? Bitcoin was over 117, did come up to 117.7 before kind of tailing off late last night. Had its own dip down to 116.3 and now kind of settling in. And ETH, $3,900, so close to 4,000. It got to 39.70, so close to 4,000 for ETH. ETH is looking strong. And then we'll check in on XRP. XRP came over 325, this big run here, based on the settling of their lawsuit with the SEC. And apparently today some news is coming out that not all SEC commissioners were on board with this and all of that mess. But XRP has its own challenges. We'll touch on that in a little bit as well. But you can't deny the gains in XRP. Of course, XLM following. We checked that on the live stream as well. And alts are setting up for a big run as well. So let's get started with the news here. First, yesterday we talked about 401k plans. We talked about retirement and how crypto can fit within a retirement portfolio and have all of its gains be tax-free. No capital gains tax being paid on all those gains if it's within a retirement plan and you don't start withdrawing until you're 59 and a half. That's here in the United States. I don't know how other countries are, but that was the big news. But the big thing is here, like Bitcoin halvings, right? We had the 4-year cycles and everything was like 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. And, Gracie at BitGet's just saying, look, halvings used to be the dominant narrative, most of the 4-year cycles, but their supply impact is diminishing and they're now just one small part of a much bigger picture. The 401k access marks Bitcoin entering a new phase. But of course, it's all crypto, not just Bitcoin, but I get it. Shaped by real-world adoption, macro forces, policy integration, what's starting to matter more are institutional positioning and global regulatory alignment course, all those things we hate when crypto should be totally decentralized. And here comes the government and the banks, right? Getting their grubby little paws into cryptocurrencies. It's happening. Most importantly, these factors don't allow or don't follow a 4-year cycle. They build over time. That's why I've been stressing the next bullish narrative won't be cyclical, but structural. Interesting. Are we going to have a bear market 2026? Well, too early to talk about that. We'll get to that, later into the fall. We'll be having those discussions. But this is beginning. This kind of talk is beginning. And we've been talking about that as well during live streams, where this kind of narrative of this huge pullback in crypto, well, at least Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin doesn't totally tank, most likely a lot of other cryptos aren't going to tank as much as well. We also have El Salvador saying Bitcoin banks are coming. Bitcoin banks, what is this? This is like Bitcoin banks are coming. What's a Bitcoin bank? El Salvador, known for adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, has not yet released details on the regulation framework surrounding the announcement of Bitcoin banks. As we wait for further announcements, it remains speculative that the proposed Bitcoin banks can offer deposits, lending, and financial investment instruments in Bitcoin. It's like, oh, poor Satoshi. Like, what's Satoshi thinking about this? Because this isn't what Bitcoin was meant to be. Lending and financial investments, it's like, that is where it is going. But what can we say about the price of Bitcoin, right? It's kind of, drifting downwards a little bit. We're getting some lower lows and some lower highs with Bitcoin. Is this a bump and run pattern, though? And is this going to be a total fake out and we're going to go on an uphill run coming for Bitcoin? We will be watching that. Meanwhile, ETH, Doge, rally. XRP soars 12%. Altcoin-led crypto surge. Is this beginning that rotation from Bitcoin into the alts? ETH has been very strong. And now we've got XRP with its good news. And, of course, Doge is recovering from its pullback. Much more volatile than others. All of that is happening. Ali is, like, of course, right on board with XRP, right? It's like whatever the latest thing is, Ali's going to be right there. XRP targets 334, and then boom, there XRP goes. So he's patting himself on the back. Yeah, good job. Good job, Ali. Meanwhile, BlackRock eyes an XRP ETF. So there are already other ETFs that XRP has been part of in applications. So XRP ETFs, we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of questions, though. It's like, was BlackRock waiting for this whole lawsuit thing to be ended before? There are others that are just like XRP ETF approval chances. Interesting that it's kind of up and down of what happens with that. There are some who just think, wait a sec, XRP, really? But hey, there's all sorts of different opinions about XRP and what's happening with them, and we share them as well on this channel. Now, alts, this is VeChain, and this is very typical from a huge blow off top in 2021. This is very typical what alts have done, like a surge here in 2022, and another one in 2023 into 2024, the end of 2024, the big run that all alts went on, and then just sold all the way back down. So it's that kind of thing. What's coming again? The big breakout this fall. Is that the next move for alts? VeChain, still the best time to be accumulating positions on alts. Fundamentally strong projects. Extremely mispriced, says Michael Vandepop. VeChain, they just launched Stargate staking, which already has over $125 million in VET staked, which is why I think the VeThor token is going to do well as well, because it's tied into VeChain staking. And this is the kind of run, again, that alts can go on, and VeChain is just one of many of them that could do that thing. And of course, VeThor just goes on these big runs on its own, just out of the blue, just kind of crazy stuff. But meanwhile, House of Doge is saying, look, Elon Musk reveals why he doesn't like cryptos except Dogecoin. It's like House of Doge is like talking about Elon again. A lot of people think that it's Elon or nothing for Doge, and the only reason Doge is going to spike again. But Economic Times is like pulling out the old Elon stuff because there's nothing new here. It's a new article, but they're bringing up older things that have been talked about regarding Elon's remarks and Dogecoin. So I don't know why this is anything new, but they bring it up and House of Doge reposts it. Elon's the wild card, like I say. But here, right now, Jordan Jefferson, Doge OS, and my Doge, Dogecoin is money. What we're really trying to do is just create more use cases for that money and more velocity of that money. We want to develop an economy around Dogecoin. Jordan's spitting facts about the building of the Doge economy. The vision is crystal clear. Keep the meme magic. Make Doge move everywhere. So while Bitcoin is being banks and lending and financial and institutions and all of that, this is what's happening with Doge. Doge, building on Doge OS to make Doge a better used currency and not all in bed with the banks and the governments like Bitcoin is becoming and XRP is becoming. All of that. Commander X Doge says, he doesn't need to say it. If you truly believe in Doge, just be patient. This is money we are talking about. As you know, banks are trying hard to keep power. One example, XRP, right? On the other hand, you have decentralized cryptos that are way ahead. The most important thing is that with Doge, you have good time, laugh while you're investing. There's no other crypto like this. This is Dogecoin that we are having fun with. And our friend Charlotte says, I believe in Dogecoin more than anything. This is what we are on. We are on this path with Doge. While all the Bitcoin maxis are now getting in bed with the banks and the institutions and the governments and all of that, it's like, no. This is what's happening. Dogecoin, 3-day trend. Dogecoin has been moving like a ping pong, up and down, up and down. That's how Dogecoin trades. Very volatile. What's the next move up for Doge? See, Trader Alan's got magnets now. Again, everyone's stealing my magnets. No, others have had magnets too. I get that. Is that what's coming though in the fall? Again, fall 2025. I don't know. I've been saying it for a long time. It's coming. Oh, but Trader Alan's not done yet. Nope. We zoom out and we look at the monthly and we're just like patterns again. 1, 2, 3. And then boom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 bounces on an upward sloping support line. And then boom. And this is how we will close out 2025, 2026 into 2027. Could be pullback years. We don't know whether there's going to be a big bear market or not. And then 2029, boom, higher again. That's the bigger picture for Dogecoin. We've got ETFs for Doge as well. Now, again, I know an ETF will allow more investors to come into Dogecoin that normally wouldn't. I get that, but this gets away from the whole decentralized side of Dogecoin and Dogecoin as a currency and just encourages investing on the price. But it's going to be a big deal and it's going to be big. It gives Dogecoin more legitimacy and all of that. But so I'm still conflicted on the whole Dogecoin ETF thing, but it's coming and it will be this fall. Bitwise, Grayscale, Rex shares, 21 shares, and it's coming October. That's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be October. So again, fall 2025. It's coming. Meanwhile, bark to the future, hodl Doge, much gain ahead. This is what having fun with Doge, but yet still, buying Doge, preparing for the future. Huge gains ahead. All of the charts are all pointing to that, and I've been talking about it a long time. Come in and join the live stream. In the afternoons, usually start around 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. Dogecoin giveaways, a lot of fun. Annie, I guess there's an upgrade now to Annie that Elon's talking about, and maybe we will check in with my girlfriend Annie on the Friday live stream. Might need a drink for that too. We'll see. Anyway, leave a comment below. What do you think about this Dogecoin setup versus what's happening with Bitcoin and XRP? Be interesting to hear your thoughts. Give the video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.